What's up everyone, it's Tensei here, and today we will be looking at Aster Phoenix's deck for the upcoming Yugioh Speed Duel GX Box. So, Aster is one of the other confirmed characters besides Jaden, who we looked at the last time. And yeah, remember to look at the Jaden video and the overall who I think will be in GX if you haven't already seen those. But without further ado, let's just get right into this video. So, Aster uses Destiny Hero cards, and most of his cards are archetypal to the Destiny Heroes, with the exception of some Elemental Hero stuff he used, but since Jaden already uses those, I really don't think Konami would put those cards in here too, although he did have his own unique Elemental Hero Phoenix Enforcer and Shining Phoenix Enforcer, but those just don't really work with the Destiny Hero strategy, so I really don't think they'd be in here. But, so Destiny Heroes are just this edgy hero stuff, I guess. Like, they're all dark monsters, yeah, no exceptions either. But I guess we'll just look at the different cards we have here and see what we could get. So one of the better cards for Destiny Heroes is Celestial, who destroys a spell when he attacks and gets to draw 2 by banishing itself and another hero, just not the turn it was sent to the grave. So this is removal that's searchable with at least Rota, and also a way to keep your engine going later, so I really hope we get this one. Then Blademaster is a battle trap, battle hand trap, by giving your Destiny Heroes 800 attack during your opponent's turn. It's not a huge boost, but honestly it might just be enough to make your Diamond Dude, Celestial, Decider draw hand over 2k to make them beat over most big threats, and since it's a hand trap it's going to be a surprise and hard to counter. Then we have Dasher. So Dasher is level 6, which means you can just unfortunately normal summon it, but it can tribute a monster to gain 1000 attack, but unfortunately it will go to defense after it attacks, which will leave it at only 1000, and it's then easy to get over. But then the more important effect is to give you the ability to special summon a monster you draw in the draw phase, but only once while Dasher is in the grave. So this means that playing Dasher in a deck with level 8 or level 7 or high monsters rather would give you just the ability to bring them out easily. So that's a really neat card. It's not that huge for Destiny Heroes since they don't... Well, okay, they have Dreadmaster, but you don't really want to summon that with Dasher anyway. Yeah, it can be useful for like mixing with other strategies. Then we have my favorite Destiny Hero card, well, maybe tied with Plasma, Diamond Dude. So you get to check your top card. I mean, if it's a normal spell, you activate it during your next turn. And this card has been a central piece for some strategies in the TCG and OCG, namely Diamond Dude Turbo or Airblade Turbo. Unfortunately, Speed Duels don't have as many power spells as those old formats did, so it's a little harder to abuse Diamond Dude for like Dimension Fusion or Monster Gate or Reasoning. But there's still plenty of good spells like Night Beam or Reinforcement of the Army, so that's going to still make Diamond Dude a very nice strategy, especially if you can protect it from battle and get its effect every turn. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm pretty sure it should get in since it's such a classic Aster card. Then we have Disc Commander, who's neutered from his prime, but we won't let that actually disturb us too much. We can probably still use it in Speed Duels, even with this neutered effect. You get to draw 2 cards by special summoning it from the grave, although not the same turn it was sent there. So it's a little slow, but drawing 2 is still maybe good, and there's plenty of ways Destiny Heroes could enable you to special summon it, so yeah, maybe you could actually play this. Then the first boss monster that, for Destiny Heroes rather, that Aster used in the anime was Dogma, that needs 3 tributes, including at least 1 Destiny Hero. So it's a little harder to bring out for that reason, but it's a special summon. So if you can just get 3 monsters, it doesn't matter if you have to use your normal summon, you can still special this after, making it a little easier to bring out comparing to something like Egyptian God cards. And yeah, you get to have your opponent's life points after it's summoned, so that's not too bad. Unfortunately, halving will never win you the game, but it could maybe give you like a 2000 point damage effect early on, which is not too bad. Then another boss monster is Dreadmaster. So if Dreadmaster gets summoned by the field spell, Clock Tower Prison, you can special 2 Destiny Heroes from your grave, and then after it's special summoned, your Destiny Heroes can be destroyed for the rest of this turn and you take no damage with them. And the attack and defense of this card is equal to the combined original attack of all other Destiny Heroes you control. Unfortunately, 3 monster zones will not let this card gain too much attack, but even having like, let's say Diamond Dude and Captain Tenacious will make it over 2k, but it's not going to be huge. It's kinda meh, like, yeah, I don't see much use for it, but it's pretty iconic and I really predict it will get in. Then we have another level 6 Double Dude. He can attack twice, and after he dies you can summon 2 Double Dude tokens. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't really miss it if they just skip over this, but it could be in. It's reasonable, it's not too powerful at least. But what is powerful is Destiny Hero Malicious. Now unfortunately, or fortunately maybe, we don't have any tuners or rank 6 monsters or link monsters to truly abuse this card. So it would just be like tribute fodder for level 6 stuff, or fusion material maybe, or just fueling your tribute effects. But I don't think it's too powerful right now. But as I said with Dandelion in the Jaden video, maybe it's just too powerful in the future that they'll just avoid it altogether even now, since then they don't have to worry about limiting or banning it later when it gets more powerful. And yeah, Plasma. Plasma is maybe a little annoying, but I love the card. You can just special summon it by tributing any 3 monsters for it. So compared to Dogma, you don't need a Destiny Hero, which means you can use this in any strategy, just no Destiny Heroes needed, just play Plasma, as long as you can fulfill the 3 tributes. It might be a little hard right now, but again, we're getting new support. Some generic stuff might make tokens more easier to summon, like the Dandelion, potentially. Negating anything on your opponent's field is pretty strong, and it could definitely be a worthwhile boss monster as long as we get this. It might be too strong, but I really hope we get this one. Then another classic Destiny hero is Fearmonger, and this has also been used in older TCG decks. So after it dies, you get to summon a Destiny hero in your standby phase. So this would be a way to bring out the Disc Commander from your grave to trigger the draw 2 effect. It's a little slow, but we have lots of battle floaters in Speed Duel, at least right now. And this has good targets to bring back. It's kind of like a slower Zombina, but it gets some Destiny hero support, which that's fine in my opinion. Captain Tenacious will get to also special Destiny hero from your grave if this was on the field when a Destiny hero died. So it's kinda bad in requiring other cards to support it, but it's going to be in most likely since it's quite a classic card. Then while the next card is not a Destiny hero, it's directly related to them, D cubed. You'll discard 2 cards and special D cubed from your hand, deck or grave, equal the number of cards discarded. So this is a way to actually just fuel your Dogma or Plasma immediately, since this becomes a Destiny hero after a normal summoned. So if it's destroyed, you get to send a Destiny hero from your deck to the grave. So even just setting this is fine. It's good. at least it's at least fine and definitely not too powerful. Doomlord, once per turn, banish an opponent's monster. It returns in 2 turns. Temporary removal, but you also have to skip your attacks. You can go to battle phase but can't attack, so it's a little slow, but maybe if you want to stall out something, you could play this temporarily remove a floodgate, maybe, like Spell Canceller. It's okay. And Defender is huge. Like, it has 2700 defense. So it's probably the biggest normal summon or set that you can play in this game, even in TCG OCG, 2700. But it does have a downside that it gives your opponent an extra draw every turn. Although, with a 2700 defense, maybe you use this with like a Zombina, Haunted Shrine, etc. stall strategy, which means that your opponent drawing cards might make them deck out. So it's not always a downside, but yeah, I don't know, 27 is big. Like, you can just take 1000 damage easily by attacking into this, blindly of course, like yeah, you won't ram into it if it's face up. Dread Servant gives a counter to Clock Tower and destroys a spell when it dies. It's okay, just combos with the field spell we'll get to later. And then we have the Arc 5/Dark Neostorm support that's not played in the anime, but I don't know, these cards are fine to go into the game and they like work fine. So the next 4 cards are, yeah, not directly used by Aster in GX, but could be in easily. So Decider stops attacks from level 6 or higher monsters, so your opponent can't attack into this with like a Union Fusion or some big guy attack, someone with spellproof armor, but they can attack with something smaller and they're big guys and can still attack your other monsters, so it's not quite like Gravity Bind, unfortunately. And also, once per duel you get to add a hero from your grave to your hand if this card is summoned, even an elemental hero if you really want to. And it can also stop effect damage. Yeah, but it's a quick effect, so unfortunately this won't stop Zoma the Spirit, but it can stop like Nightmare Wheel or Blast Sphere. And that's maybe interesting actually, to counter burn with some actual like theme support for a deck. And Draw Hand is another of these newer cards. So it summons itself in the standby phase, and if it's summoned by a hero monster you get to draw a card and your opponent draws a card as well. So yeah, you kind of don't want to give your opponent advantage, but just bringing itself out again is fine. But not too broken either, so yeah, Draw Hand should be fine. And Dynatag is a little more questionable. Maybe the 1000 attack boost is a little big, and stopping damage by giving both players 1000 damage effect. It's fine. It's like a new way to stop damage. Maybe it could kinda help counter Moth in a way, at least for this deck where it's like, well actually no. Yeah, no, there's really no way to search it without Stratos, and Stratos is most likely not going to be in due to being so insane. Yeah, maybe it's fine as well. And Drill Dark does piercing and brings out a Destiny hero from her hand with itself when it's summoned. Pretty simple, and nothing like stands out. It's just okay. So that was for the monsters, and then for the supporting back row we have Clock Tower Prison. And this is a little annoying as a stall card, but there's so much spell and trap removal, you probably don't get to keep this for long. So during each of your opponent's standby phases, this gains a clock counter, and if it has 4, you don't take any battle damage, but you'll probably die before then, or give your opponent time to draw Cyclone or Breaker. So yeah, I don't think that's a problem. And then if it's destroyed with 4 counters, you get to special a Dreadmaster. So it's so slow It's really slow, but it's just an Aster card that's probably going to be in for that reason. And just like Jaden had his Skyscraper, the Destiny Heroes have their own exact version of the card just for Destiny Heroes. So it's fine. 1000 attack boost on your turn is kinda big, but won't let your opponent just, or won't make your opponent just watch your monsters get indestructible by gaining a huge attack boost. These spirits just summons a Destiny Hero from hand, but it's a neg 1. But I don't know, maybe you'd want to play this for some strategy. It's really not needed, but there's going to be some filler in these decks. Like, they won't just give 100% good cards. And Cyclone Blade is a bad back row removal card, but I don't know. Yeah, not much else to say about it. And Over Destiny is fine. You get to revive a... Wait, no. You banish a Destiny hero and summon another from your deck with half that target's level. But yeah, if you get like a level 8 Engraved, Dreadmaster or Dogma or Plasma, you get to summon level 4, but it dies in the end phase. It's like okay, maybe if you can tribute the monster you summon after getting some extra value from it, that's cool. And then some Destiny Hero traps, so there's DCounter. A Destiny Hero gets attacked, you destroy the attacking monster. It's a themed Sakuretsu armor, but Sakuretsu armor is not currently legal, so maybe this is fine for that reason alone. But I think Sakuretsu armor could be in this box as a generic card, and in that case DCounter is not important, Sakuretsu is just better. Wait, no, this doesn't target, I guess? Or maybe it's old and doesn't say that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this doesn't target, but I don't think most cards care about targeting in the format anyway. D-Shield is a kinda sad protection card for a Destiny hero, makes it unable to be destroyed by battle. But again, so much back row removal, this won't last for too many turns anyway. Destiny Signal is a hero signal copy for Destiny heroes. It's okay. It's actually a little better than Hero Signal because it summons better cards. Like Elemental Hero fusions are okay, but the main deck stuff is kinda bad. Here the main deck cards are actually like more of a focus anyway. Then Destiny Mirage is a way to bring back your Destiny heroes after they get destroyed by a card effect. But it's a little yikes, since like your opponent can just attack over your guys and then you have a dead Destiny Mirage. It's a little like matchup dependent, like if your opponent has a lot of monster destruction effects, you're going to be able to revive your stuff a little more often, but I don't like how situational it might get in some matchups. And finally, Eternal Dread gives counters on your Clock Tower Prison, so you don't have to always wait 4 turns. But I think this card is bad. But maybe if they want to if they like Clock Tower Prison, sure, fine. I'm fine with this card being in. And he does have one interesting non-Destiny hero card, which is Mausoleum of the Emperor. So either player can pay 1000 to normal summon a monster with 1 tribute without tributing, or 2k life points to normal summon a monster with 2 tributes without tributing. And yeah, this is their 1 normal summoner set for that turn. So you could play maybe a riskier strategy with more high level monsters, and this circumventing the need for tribute fodder. I think it's an interesting card. Maybe it could be a little annoying to get such easy access to like a Jinzo in any deck, but like if this gets popped, you might just brick with like multiple level 6 monsters in your hand. So I think it's fine. Maybe quite a good card potentially, but I'm not really scared of it. And here in the side deck I have one honorable mention with a Destiny draw. I really don't think we're going to have like Reinforcement of the Army and Allure of Darkness and Destiny draw. Like, that's just going to be too insane for a 20 card deck. And if we did get this, welcome Destiny Hero Moth decks, I guess. That's about it. I like the card a lot, but I just don't think we can introduce it with the other stuff already in the format. And for closing, I would like to know that Aster has some fusions in both the GX anime and the later anime, but a lot of them are just too good, to be honest. With like Dangerous is fine, but Dangerous is kinda I just don't think it's good without some like other stuff that won't be in Speed, like Xyz monsters. So yeah, no, I don't think that's going to be in. And then like Dystopia is just insane. We don't need that powerful removal and burn in one card for Speed. It would be great, but I think just a little too great, to be honest. And the Destiny and Dragoon is just so much damage with kinda little effort. But then again, yeah, okay. If we get something, it's going to be Destiny and Dragoon, but I kinda doubt it as well. Anyway, yeah. I think that's it. There's over 30 cards here, so naturally not all of these will get in. Like, yeah, no way. He won't get this many cards, but I think anything that I have mentioned on this list is a potential candidate. And that's, yeah. Not all of these will get in. I know that, in case someone wondered that, but these are what I think are possible for the format to be interesting, not too powerful, and not too weak. But that's it for this video, and remember to like and subscribe in case you like this video and want to see more content later. There will be more videos like this discussing the future characters that will get in and what kinds of cards they used. That would be nice and interesting and fitting for the format. But that's it for this, guys, and just tune in next time. Bye.